Let's do more examples. Let's do first this one, -3 divided by x plus 1. This is the composition of two functions, right? F of x, which is -3 divided by x plus 1, and g, which is x plus 1. Sorry, I meant -3 divided by x. There we go. All right, so we can do using the chain rule. So the derivative of f is -3x to the -1. This will be 3 times x to the power -2. And then in place of x, I place the function g, x plus 1. And then I multiply by the derivative of g, which is 1. Okay, so what I get is 3 divided by x plus 1 squared. But this is a function you could be thinking, well, I could have done this one using the quotient rule. Yes. We can do that too. And actually, it's a good way to check our computation. So we can do the derivative of the numerator, which is 0 times the denominator, minus the numerator times the derivative of the denominator, which is 1, and then divide by x plus 1 squared. Okay, so this becomes 3 divided by x plus 1 squared, which is the same as before. That is good. More examples. Let's do, we can really compose any functions we want now. This is, the chain rule is very powerful. We can now do, for example, the exponential of the sine of x. I guess we have all identified that this is a composition of the exponential and the sine, right? So we take the derivative of the outside function, which is the exponential. So the derivative is itself evaluated in g of x times the derivative of whatever was inside. So this is the exponential of sine of x times the cosine of x. You see that now I didn't write down what were the two functions. This is closer to the way I expect to do this problem after we practice a little bit. You just do it. You don't need to write down the whole thing. Okay, we could do, well, we did the exponential of a trigonometric. We can do cosine of the exponential just to see how things work. So now, first, I take the derivative of the outside function, which is the cosine. So that gives minus the sine, evaluated at exponential of x times the derivative of the exponential, which is the exponential itself. So this is minus e of x sine of e of x. More things we can do. Well, this one, the exponential of negative x, this we can do in 3 ways. We can do as a composition, okay, where f is the exponential and g is negative x. We can do as a to the power x with a equal 1 over e, okay? Or we could do using the quotient rule. Okay, the quotient rule in this case would be 1 over the exponential of x. All 3 will give you the same result, so I'm going to do the chain rule. You can do the other 2 just for practice. Okay, so in this case we can do f prime of x, which is the derivative of the exponential, which is itself, times the derivative of negative x, which is negative 1. So minus exponential of minus x. There is another way you can write down the chain rule. this may be more convenient for some people. Okay, so you can write u equals f of x, y equals g of x. Okay, x is the input. So you can write your chain rule as dy dx equals dy du times du dx. Okay, sometimes you see it written this way.